Chuck, your YouTube channel is fire. Have you ever had a house burned down? Oh, we've had several, and here's the story of one. Stay tuned. Once upon a time, not long ago, in a town called East Orange, where life didn't move too slow, there was a guy named Chucky who bought a house in that hood. It was a single family house, not built of bricks, but wood. No, but seriously, I suck at rhyming. Let's keep going. You want a story about a house that burned down? Do me a favor, smash the like button and the subscribe button, especially if you like this story, and share it on your social media. So, back in the day, we're looking 3-4 years ago, I picked up a single family house in East Orange on a dead-end street that backed up to Newark. We picked this thing up for roughly $35,000, okay? If you don't know anything about East Orange, it's the kind of town you want to escape, all right? It is, I don't want to say horrible, because it's not, but the way the town is run, the politicians, the zoning board suck. So I bought a house, $35,000, 3 beds, 1 bath, single family, dead-end street. We put it in a land trust to protect our asset. I then took a tenant who was a Section 8 tenant from another building we had that wanted to live in a single family. She had the rent voucher. They even paid for her PSE&G, and if you don't know what that is, that's public service, electric, gas. And we moved her in, and we received rent on this house for probably a little bit over a year. And then I sent one of our contractors by one summer to fix something. I don't remember what it was, and he couldn't do it because the house had no power. It turned out that she was actually stealing her voucher from PSE&G and cashing it in to get her nails did, so she'd live all summer in the darkness. I mean, this woman's a real piece of shit, and God only knows how many kids she took in and ran an illegal daycare at the same time. We actually got her to turn her power back on and fix whatever the problem was, but just to give you perspective of, at least in my eyes, how wonderful Section 8 tenants are. They're not always as wonderful as my friend Carmen Oliveri seems to say they are. Most of them, in my experience, are world-class losers, and when I found out what Section 8 was originally, I thought it was the military term for clinically insane. Apparently it's not. It's a way to get free rent. Later on, it's probably about winter the second year, we didn't get our Section 8 check, and I couldn't really figure out why, and I called Section 8, and naturally they didn't call me back, because why would they? It's a government job, and nobody really gives a f***. I mean, hey, good enough for government work. And after reaching out to the caseworker repeatedly, I still didn't get an answer on why I wasn't paid. So month number 2, I sent somebody down to go knock on the door to figure out why we hadn't been paid. And it was then we became aware of the fact that the house had actually burned down. Not only did Section 8 not tell us why the tenant had been relocated, but the town of East Orange and the fire department, who had been called to put this out, and the police department did not contact us and let us know what had happened, and started to realize how good I was at that point at putting things in trust and sheltering assets. And not as good as I thought. It's actually just the town of East Orange doesn't give a f***. When we brought it to their attention why they hadn't told us, they immediately scrutinized me, put me in an interrogation room, and started asking me a bunch of questions, saying that we had burned the house down ourselves, and it launched an arson investigation. It was a really good time. So we actually sent a claims adjuster there, or a public adjuster, to work alongside one of these arson investigators. And after they asked me a million questions and talked to my lawyer, which was, and my answers were pretty simple. I think I've seen the house twice, when I bought it and when I found out it burned down. They actually found upstairs, where the fire had started, in the children's bedroom, which had 4 sets of bunk beds, it was only supposed to have 2, a bunch of book bags with East Orange student IDs, a lot of weed, a bunch of blunt wrappers, and a burnt up, dumped over bottle of Everclear. Can you figure out what happened there? Long story short, insurance paid out, we fixed up the house, we wound up selling it because, honestly, okay, sometimes real estate and chicks are the same way. The best deals are in the hood, but not always that way, and Section 8 tenants, in my experience, are not really the picnic that everybody makes them out to be, unless they're trying to sell you a course on Section 8 or sell you a house that's rented to Section 8 tenants. A lot of times there's some really heavy baggage there, and you might just wind up having your house burned down too. I hope you enjoyed the story, and thanks for the request. My name's Chuck Kohout. Always be closing. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button too. Slide the little bell thing all the way up to all. If you'd like to know more about what we do and how we buy and sell houses with little money and no credit, go ahead and click the link below. Bye for now.